Hello and welcome back to Too Real. And today we're going to be talking about 5 games that'll scare your pants right off of your legs. They'll run away because you're so scared. You're going to need a belt or something because these are the 5 games that will make you sad. You're going to have a lot of existential crises and you're going to really want to question your sanity. So stop on by, get ready because here are 5 games that'll scare your pants right off. Storming in at number 5 is Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is a ghost hunting simulator game based in somewhere in the United States because everybody knows ghosts are only in the United States. Come on, look it up, people. Do your own research. And you're going through these houses because you're employed by a ghost hunting firm, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, who comes up with this idea? How do you corporate ghost hunting? That's the scary part. It's not the ghosts. It's not, it's not getting chased by this ethereal entity that could snap your neck at any moment. It's not the atmosphere. It's not the ambiance. It's the fact that somebody decided to, corporatize ghost hunting. Like Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures decided to sell out more than he already has. Shout out to that guy. And now it's just one giant firm. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point of the game is you go in, you get somebody's name, which is like Jacqueline Wheeler or something like that, and you're trying to figure out why Jacqueline is sniffing everyone's farts and scaring people in the house. And there's only like 8 locations, which is great. It's a nice indie game. It's real spooky. Your pants fly off at any moment. But the real scary part about all of it is that if you die, you only get half your money back. And so you're just kind of always on the brink of financial failure. And if you're in there with friends, at any moment's notice, they will abandon you. You could be getting dots or trying to get photos of the ghost. And you'd be like, hey, could you go grab, the salt to make sure that it can step in the salt? And then your friend would be like, yeah, sure, I'm in the truck. It's like, what do you mean you're in the truck? You just abandoned me? I've been in this house by myself? What if there's a raccoon, What if there was a bear? Or worse, a raccoon bear? I could have died. You don't know. Never mind the ghost. But anyway, that's Phasmophobia. It's a scary game. It's on Steam. It's kind of an indie game, I think. It's coming to console, so check it out. It's real fun. But yeah, that's number 5. Swimming in at number 4 is Bioshock. Bioshock was released in 2007, which was 17 years ago, which seems way too long ago. And that's one of the scary parts, is that it came out 17 years ago, and it still looks pretty good. But anyway, Bioshock is a game that takes place underwater, and you're trying to survive and understand what the heck is going on in this underwater universe, and you're getting attacked by meth heads, splicers, fish, big daddies, which are these big old submariner dudes that have these little girls with them that are kind of scary. The atmosphere is amazing in this game. It really puts into perspective what it was like to live in 1960 America, which is honestly the scariest part about this entire game. It's not that you're underwater. It's not that you're going to get attacked by these like kind of meth head drug addict guys or you're going to get drilled to death. It's the fact that you lived in the 1960s America. Civil rights! That was a pretty scary time for a lot of people. And so you throw some underwater on that and you throw in Andrew Ryan, who's, basically just like this omnipresent overlord who really is just kind of a big old dingle. Nobody likes him. You get him. You get him at the end. You get him real good. And so Bioshock, real fun. They came out with a collection that updated the graphics on a couple of them and a remaster. Supposedly Bioshock 4 is coming out soon, so that's fun. Looking forward to that. Bioshock Infinite was pretty okay, but yeah, that's Bioshock. Check it out now. So number 3 is a game that we played on this channel, and it kind of left me in a state of disrepair. It is the Mortuary Assistant. It takes place in 1998, which was a great time. I think that's when Third Eye Blind was really big. And Marcy Playground, great bands, check them out. But it takes place in 1998, and you're playing as a mortuary assistant, which if you don't know what a mortuary is, it's the guy from Bob's Burgers that's name is Mort. See, it's a pun. Bob's Burgers, great show. Anyway, a mortuary or mortuary assistant is somebody that deals with dead bodies and puts them all together and, shuts their eyes, drains their blood, gets rid of all the poop inside you so you can get buried in your casket so you can turn into a spooky, scary skeleton in a natural kind of way. You know, morticians have been around forever. The Egyptians were really into it, but they were kind of kinky about it, so I don't know how I felt about that. But anyway, it's an indie game. It's really scary. It never ends, and if you're into body horror, this is definitely something that you like. You throw in a little bit of embalming in there. You throw in putting some stuff on your eyes, and then you throw in some ghost stuff too, like, oh man, the lights are out. What am I gonna do? I can't be a mortuary if there's no lights. And then all of a sudden, you know, there's a grandma sitting outside that's like, let me in, let me in. You're like, oh no, grandma, you haven't paid rent in 38 years because you've been dead. You know, you can't be paying rent if you're dead. And so you owe me a lot of back rent. And so you're not allowed to be coming in here because you're a demon or something. And then, you know, there's a little bit of like a puzzle element to it that's really fun. It's single player. It's on sale currently as of this recording, as I can see right here because I have it pulled up. So check it out. It's a good little indie game. And it's one to keep an eye out for because it is really, really scary. I actually did lose my pants during that video. Coming in at number 2 is Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is a game that came out in 2014, and it was developed by the folks that made all the Total War series games. And now I know what you're thinking. What do grand strategy games about controlling troops and the Alien franchise that had Sigourney Weaver in it from 1979 have to do in common? Literally nothing. But here's the thing, this game is absolutely terrifying. And the reason why it's terrifying is because the alien will literally get in your brain and understand what you're doing, which is like not cool, okay? That is not cool. It learns, man. It follows your patterns, and then it's like, oh, it's the 1970s. Vietnam's over. You got to get out of here, guys. You got to get out of here. And then all of a sudden, there's nobody there, and then you're just running away, and then you're hiding under a locker or in a locker or under a table, and the alien's just like, I'm gonna poke you with my tail, and then it pokes you with the tail, and then you're dead, and then it has really bad checkpoints sometimes, and so you have to redo it all, and it sucks. It sucks, man. It's never ending. It's just like my own personal 9/11 constantly. And I don't understand it, man. Why? Why did Total War become Alien? It doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes any sense anymore. Those things live with us on Earth. Anyway, yeah, check it out. It's pretty good. In our number 1 slot, we have the game called Nothing. A game about doing nothing. You just sit there and do nothing. Currently, it has a 94% on Steam. And it's free. Because nothing is free. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. And it's insane. I know what you're thinking, like, how can this game be scary? You literally just sit there and do nothing. But if you move, you lose. Or if something pops up, I don't remember. But here's the thing. There's nothing scarier than sitting there with your own thoughts. You ever just sit there with your own thoughts? Just think for a while. Just kind of like stare out the window and think like, huh, we really are just a small speck of the universe in something that's ever expanding, and the sun could just explode at any moment. Well, not at any moment, but Yellowstone could explode. It almost exploded the other day. You watch that video? There's a super volcano under that thing, and so we all could die at any moment. It really just brings that existential dread that you're all looking for, that we all want. We all want a little existential dread in our day, because sometimes you wake up, you know, you take a shower, you shave, or you don't shave, depending on if you have facial hair or not. And then you have a nice cup of coffee. You just sit there like, life is good. Life is great. I'm really enjoying it. The weather is nice. It's, you know, pretty pleasant in my apartment or house. I have a significant other or I don't. But then you just never get hit with this existential dread, because if you're going a little too well, something's going wrong. And if you don't have this existential dread in your life, you're going to realize that there's no point. You know, there's no point. There's no point. So nothing really just lets you sit there and do nothing. And that's terrifying. Anyway, that's our top 5 scariest games that'll make your pants fall off or whatever. Let us know what you thought. What games do you think that are scary that'll make your pants come off? You know, like, let us know in the comments below, and let us know if you want to see more of these type of things. I don't know. I drank a cup of coffee this morning that was pretty good. I was like, you know, I'm gonna make a top 5 video. I'm not gonna write it into the script. I'm just gonna kind of do it. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe, you animals.